Want to do that? Did you say turd it up?
Tear it up.
No.
I'm gonna turd it up. I'm gonna
like
poop.
This is not good.
Turd it up.
Not good at all.
Go Kart Brothers will stream before a live streaming audience.
What's happening, hot stuff?
Help me, Oprah Winfrey!
And God himself spoke to you and said this.
What the hell is a podcast?
What's in this cave?
Gotta be quiet right now.
Manifest tells people not to go too far in there. It's pretty dangerous.
It seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
I don't know what the fuck is going on because I have not seen these three people in like a year.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's been a while.
It's been like a month, right?
Feels
Yeah, I
like
think so.
a month, yeah.
Wasn't it the beginning of August, our last show?
I think so.
Is this a quiz? Because I'm not prepared for a quiz.
Yeah, I am not prepared.
Like basic facts.
Yeah. I have a hard time with that. People go, how old is your child? And I'm like,
Oh, that's impossible.
this is like a math thing now.
If you ask me how old I am right now, I have no freaking idea.
Every time I go pick up a scripture for my son, I know they're going to say, what's his date of birth? And every time they ask,
No. The worst was I went to the open house last year at the school, and they're like, what's his teacher's name? I'm like, what? What do I have to know? I don't know. Isn't it her job to know stuff? I don't know.
As long as she knows him.
And then you feel like the worst parent when you get it wrong. And they're like, yeah, that's not right.
She looked at me so bad.
Oh, I really need to know that answer. Like you were checking up on it, huh?
We can't release this. We can't release this child into your care unless you know that.
You're like, give me a hint. Looking at your child.
I find that hard to believe.
yeah, they're like, what's his date of birth for the prescription? I mean, you got it there. Just, I'll verify it. Throw it out there.
Yeah, you tell me and I'll say if you're right.
Give me 3 dates, not really close to each other.
Yeah.
Spread them apart.
You know what? Let
You're
me verify how long I was in labor. I can do that.
Well, I'm ready. Let's verify.
Woo!
How you guys doing?
Shit. I'm doing good.
Not good? Okay.
No, I'm good. Did you say not good?
We're good. No, he asked not good, but you said good, and then it got all twisted around, and now we're doing this weird,
awkward.
Not good, good, yeah, awkward.
So
wait, who said what?
Well,
I'm
throw it
good.
Back at you. We got 2 goods. How about
I'm
you?
good.
You 3 goods?
Good.
It's the only
4 good. She's double good.
term we're going to use tonight. Good.
Good. We need better adjectives.
Yes.
Yeah, more descriptive.
Well, I'm goodish.
So I missed you guys. What you guys been up to?
Oh, you know.
It sounds like it's been like work for everybody.
Okay,
sort of...
I can kind of give you a little. I'll go first. We'll go around robin, maybe, right?
Rocking around
Robin.
Yeah. So for me, the whole, which happens to everybody, like school, like summer's ending, school's starting, you're wrapping up all this crap you thought you had time for and you didn't, and then like you got it. Yeah, and it didn't happen for some reason. I don't know what happened there. And then so you're getting ready for school for that kid. And then on my part, also I am a fantasy football commissioner.
Yeah, you are.
And we
That's huge.
Okay, shut up. It actually is kind of fun.
I'm not
and
making fun of it.
No, you're really good.
Take some time. And so we had our fantasy football draft, which I don't think we covered the last time we did the show. What we do is we actually have a live draft, and when I say live draft, it's not online. Like they come to my house.
Yeah, we do.
Slurms actually.
It's COME.
Yeah, it comes in from Indiana. I wake him up in the middle of the night, apparently.
But you did come.
Yeah, you do.
I'm sorry about that.
Wake me up to make sure that I'm doing okay falling asleep.
Because I knew it was really loud.
Under your nose?
Yeah.
No, like it was.
Came in, turned on the light, shook me, and said, "Hey,
hey,
you got everything you need?"
Because he went to the hard part about the situation there is Steve comes to us like a couple times a year, and I occasionally get to the point where I don't think about his needs. And
well, part of the problem is
you should leave your CPAP.
We want it to be a party when people are here.
He just knows where everything is. He's very minimalistic. Like he needs nothing, and he just goes to sleep. He's totally fine. And but then
I work such like earlier hours than everybody else that's there. So like when 10 o'clock hits, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah. No, I was very hammered, and I remember you there, and then like 2 hours later, like he's not here.
No, I think I finally went to bed at like 11, and then
the fantasy football draft was also on Jason's 40th birthday party, and so
you old motherfucker.
And so we had people hanging out for quite a bit, quite a bit.
It was a cool hangout. After
it was awesome. I had a great time, and the draft went really well. And so, if you want to check out our fantasy football league adventures, go to secpack.org because I have a URL now for our fantasy football league, and I blog about stuff.
Next morning, I went down. There was vomit in the laundry tub.
Yeah. I think I know where that came from. But
no, I'm 100% sure I knew where that came from. But he had a great time.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. You know what? He made it to the laundry tub.
Oh, I appreciate that. It was in one contained state.
What I don't like is I think someone fed our dog people food because there was a huge pile of diarrhea dog shit on the red carpet, so we can't use that.
At least you made it to the somewhere.
Yeah, sure. So we need a new red carpet next year. So
you know what's funny is though, we bought that red carpet the year before last when Slurms was here. We went to Dollar General and got the red carpet. So that ended up turning into like a carpet we had at the back door, which it was a joke carpet to begin with.
But it was really good quality.
That was a great carpet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I started school again this fall, and I hyperventilate every 3 hours, but I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Good. How many more classes you got?
Oh, a million. This is my second first year. Yeah. Because, like, you're supposed to take 2 classes a semester, but I work full-time.
Yeah.
And do, stuff. And so I don't want to get a bad grade, so I only take 1 class a year instead of 2 classes. So I'm half-time. So it's going to take me 4 years for a 2-year program.
That's fine.
Brent, are you drinking coffee?
No.
What are you drinking?
Are you drinking vodka out of a coffee cup?
It's a Nuke's plastic cup. But it is vodka. Good call there.
I know vodka.
Good. With some fruit punch.
Okay, that's good. I was worried, like, we haven't hung out in so long that you're just coffee and water and...
He just hates us all now.
What?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm glad. Because I wouldn't blame you.
All right, so that's me. I'm going to go backwards here. Slurms.
What?
What's happened since the last we've had a show with you?
Similar shit. Kids started school, so game time kind of took a little bit, not too much of a dive. I wasn't playing much during the week anyways. I mostly have just been playing Guild Wars 2 on the weekends, and then when I can fit it in
expansion next week, right?
Yes, a week from today.
So are you all in? Because you and I had both kind of taken a break, and I think both come back to it recently.
Yep, I've already pre-ordered it. I'm ready to go.
Get your tattoo.
What are you? So I pre-ordered it as well, but like the last expansion being such a bummer, what are you pumped about this one?
Honestly, the new elite specializations. I am like a sucker for, hey, here's a new way to play your character. So like, I didn't dick around with it a lot during the open like beta weekends that they had for it to test, and you can only test the one weekend you could only test in like WVW or PvP, but you could like go in and at least mess around with the stuff and hit the little golems that they had, so that you could at least test damage and your abilities. And it's one of those things that like there was enough. I only played around with like 3 or 4 of the elite specs, and I was mostly interested in the Ranger Soul Beast elite spec. And it was enough of one of those things that, yeah, there's enough between the few that I played that I'll spend time just doing that. And getting back into the game, I realized like how far behind I was on story stuff. So I am caught up on it now. And kind of
really?
Oh yeah.
So you got through the Heart of Thorns story stuff?
Oh, I had been through that, and it was the Living Story stuff after that had released that I hadn't completed. So I'm all cut up on the Living Story chapters, and like the last one that had come out like feeds right into what's happening in Path of Fire, the new expansion. So
I need to catch up on that stuff.
It's
with the rerun.
Pretty good. Like there's some stuff like I was kind of going back and forth on some of it, and I didn't play it like as it was being released, so I was kind of like jamming it all in within a few weeks, which was still fine. It was like kind of like what's the word when you binge watch? There you go. It was like binge watching, but like content in the game. But some of the like fights that they have, like some of the like quote unquote boss fights that you have at like end of story chapters were fucking terrible. But then other ones were incredible. So it's like mechanically, like stuff that, especially like later on in it, stuff that they were doing mechanically in the game was more interesting, and it felt like a better like experience playing the game. And I'm not one that does like raids. I barely do fractals on occasion, so like mechanical stuff for like big fights in the game I'm not real privy to, but the ones that I have ever experienced I was never super impressed by. I'm more impressed by the story, the world, and actually playing the characters in that game. So
yeah, I am very hopeful for this expansion, but there was a lot of spikes in the difficulty that I've had issue with in Guild Wars in the past.
Yep.
There's so many like, oh, mission, this is a lot of fun. There's things that's like, I don't know how this made it into this type of campaign. But what I was really pumped that they did and kind of got me to buy the new expansion was doing the free like preview weekend, which really reminded me of Guild Wars 1 when they would do that when those things were coming out, and that was really cool. So I bought the expansion. I'm hyped for it, but there's so much story stuff I need to do.
Right.
I'll be back during Halloween.
That should be coming up like real damn soon too.
Yeah, I actually do like to come. Actually, I want to do Costume Quest is my traditional thing I like to come back for in terms
it's a good game.
Console game, but if any of you like a little awesome Halloweenness, go to Steam if you're a PC gamer, Xbox gamer. Is it on anything else?
iOS. It was actually free on iOS like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, grab it. Costume Quest, the original one. It's a tradition. Play it at Halloween. It is so adorable and awesome. And I
just downloaded Costume Quest 2 to play through.
I hear 2 is good, but I will admit I only play the 1.
It's really good. It does some extra stuff. It's more varied.
I like the simplicity and the cute little storyline. I don't know. The
Costume Quest 2 is still very varied, but I mean,
it's really cute.
Yeah.
But
Halloween shoots cool. You know what I realized the other day that I have to do this year? I was thinking about Halloween stuff because I get anxious right now that I want to put up all the Halloween stuff, like the decorations for inside the house. But my wife makes me wait. And kind of the same.
Yeah, it's too early.
Reverse role for Christmas stuff. I make.
No, I totally agree. Last year I put a pumpkin out at September 1st, and my whole family freaked out. So I get it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we lost all cognition. It was bad.
Will y'all sign a petition to change Halloween to the last Saturday of the month?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so like on a weekend. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, because my neighborhood my whole neighborhood used to, when we first moved in, it was a younger crew, and they used to do like these like driveway parties. It was awesome. These like it was fantastic. You pretty much had like a wine fest from like one driveway to the next.
So many people walking around with booze.
Mommies and daddies got goodies as the kids got goodies. And now, like, all those people moved out, and it's not like that anymore. So,
but yeah, I realized the other day that there's a movie that I think is perfect for Halloween time that I have not shown my kids.
Halloween.
Okay.
No, go on.
Beetlejuice.
No.
Oh yeah, we haven't
shown Matt that either. Anywhere. It's not streaming anywhere.
Yeah, didn't we talk about that before?
We
actually have, but now this is the time of year where it's like ridiculous. Like, Beetlejuice is a classic at this point, and why isn't it streaming everywhere? I don't understand.
That's like one of those movies that Shannon and I think of every once in a while. Oh, there's a list we should show Matt. And we've showed him a lot, but yeah, Beetlejuice is one we haven't shown him yet because it just doesn't. It's not top of mind because you don't see it on Netflix or anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
But y'all have shown him A Few Good Men, right?
No.
So how, Brent? Wait, you know what, Brent? We haven't actually focused on you at all. How are you doing? Yeah. We haven't focused on you. Where you've been the last couple of weeks. What have you been doing when you haven't been watching A Few Good Men?
My phone's named A Few Good Men. What's up?
What?
I believe it.
Just been working a lot. I haven't been playing like much games. A little bit of PUBG. But
I saw you were kind of involved. Yeah, some Ingress stuff, right?
Yeah, more Ingress.
I saw their twittering.
I got my pin.
What does that mean? What's that do?
It's just a pin you get. You can get it like their anomalies. They have like events that are real world where you go and you fight in a city with the other team. And so Eric and I went up to Nashville, which is only like 100 miles away, something like that. Not that far.
Yeah, I got some tweets about that.
Yeah,
I saw this. It actually looked amazing. If something like that were happening, does that happen in Michigan and I just don't know about it?
It might happen somewhere around there. So what they do is they have.
How do I find? Because it seems awesome.
Ingress.com/events. I'll send y'all all invites to the game. Just join Enlightened.
Okay.
It's basically the adult Pokemon Go, except for it's better, right? It's made by the same company.
It's the original. Right.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
an original.
I see like all these updates you're doing on your Twitter account. And like, it's like, how do people know about this stuff? And it seems really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they used to be owned by Google, so I think they had a lot more kind of push back then. But now it's just them, and they're about to re-release Ingress, what they call 2.0, because they had to switch to Unity platform on the mobile devices. And so there'll be a little bit of changes, but they said they're going to do a big push. So hopefully a lot more people will start playing. And
so it must be making somewhat of a comeback after Pokemon. There must be a diehard community who are. I like Ingress.
Like more of an adult community. Like, okay, this is cool, but what else is there? And then they're like, oh, Ingress. And now they're like, yes, this is more like the atmosphere I want.
Yeah. I feel like Ingress is a real world Tron.
Kinda.
Like it's kind of got that color vibe, right? Like
yeah. Well, and I like it because it's like you can do like these missions. Like Pokemon Go is just you kind of meander around to me, and they kind of ruin things with the raid stuff. But with this one, it's like I took our whole family, on a 5-hour trip to go basically do one mission, one op by capturing these portals around our area. But we also went to an Indian burial ground. It was like a museum, and so it's a cool way to kind of find interesting stuff around where you live as well.
Did Craig T. Nelson own a house there?
Yes, he did.
Now that's amazing. Like that's a fantastic way to get people out and discovering their areas.
Brings everybody out.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. I'm like, no, that's fantastic. Like that's really, really, really cool.
He does. And I like that pun, amazing, like Indian maze. I got it. It's good.
Yep.
That's good.
I always thought there should be a alternative to the alternative band in the 90s. Instead of corn, it'd be maize, but like the Z's backwards or something.
Was corn in the 90s?
Maybe the I backwards.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Now you're making me question my.
Like maybe very late 90s.
Well, I'm sure they had an album, but maybe they weren't hot.
Yeah, they were probably alive back then.
Yeah, Falling Away From Me came out in 99.
Bam! Fucking owned.
No, my favorite Korn song is Adidas.
I didn't say he was wrong.
Adidas came out before they were actually popular, and it is All Day I Dream About Sex.
Run DMC
came out in 96, Shannon.
Yeah! 90s Korn! I'm an old bitch.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Own it. I'm going to be in Orlando in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're presenting at a conference or something, right?
Shut your hole.
No.
I read your Twitter. What are you doing there?
I'm actually going to be live. Well, yeah, I guess I can say anything. No one listens to the show, so I'm going to be live.
You tweeted it.
Live streaming. Well, I didn't tweet what I was going to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's our company does a thing called Astracon every year because we
ASS.
We do because we do Asterisk is the open source software that Digium builds their tools off of, and so every year they try to get that community together. And so they were just talking. We're like, hey, you want to come stream it this year? And I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna be down there and live stream the whole thing. Well,
that's awesome.
Keynote.
Wow, that'd
be fun.
You're keynoting. That's huge.
Well, I'm not keynoting. I'm just streaming it.
Oh,
like pointing
well,
a
you're
camera
streaming the keynote
at the people
on
stage. It's not yet.
It's
huge for me. It's fun.
I think it's huge.
You're gonna have Go Kart Brothers.
Yeah, I think legitimately you're still keynoting because you're streaming the keynote. So yeah.
But I do get to. I'm gonna get the ticket for the Fright Night at Universal thing.
Yeah,
because they're like
awesome.
$60. They're so much cheaper than like the regular ticket. And I'm gonna go see if I can fit on the rides now. That's my goal.
I would love to go to that. I heard that's really cool.
We went in November and they sold their Halloween decorations up.
Yeah, but it was kind of after all that.
Yeah, it was way after.
I heard they do some really cool Halloween stuff.
It's scary.
Yep.
Scares you.
Universal Monsters, they do all that type of stuff.
Oh, that would be kind of fun. Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, definitely.
The
coming
Punisher?
out.
Yeah, Dolph
He
Lundgren.
smells crime.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme. Universal Monsters. Oh wait, that's Soldiers.
Probably.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Weren't they doing like?
They should make a sequel to
Shannon, I
that
have
movie
to
of
ask you
the
a question.
classic Universal Monsters.
And this may not apply to people listening to the podcast. So, I'm a person who lives in this house.
Yeah. Oh, don't. I didn't clean out the dishwasher. I'm never gonna clean out.
No.
That's just not gonna happen.
No, I'm coming to peace with that.
Pay somebody. I'm never gonna clean out the dishwasher.
Okay, so every time you're not at the computer and I'm laying down, or every time you're at the computer and you're playing Minecraft and you're clicking, and if I'm laying down, the cat is with me.
Yeah.
So
look at this. Look at this fire.
Yeah, like I've never. Okay, so people not watching. The cat is on the chair with arm down. Is he? If you're not podcasting, is he there?
Never. Not once.
I didn't think so.
Never.
Maybe
not
you don't talk to yourself enough.
You know,
I talk because I stream it live, and so I'm talking to people in my chat room
and I
all the
never
time.
hear you complain, but if I'm not sitting down here. So is it because I'm not up there laying down?
I don't know what it is, but it is. What?
It's the ice.
No, he can see me.
Maybe. He does love
He's looking around for ice.
See, man.
He loves Zooms.
But he never. If you're not podcasting, he's not doing that.
No, for people confused right now in our audio segment, our cat, it lives on the back of my office chair, and I actually have a new one coming tomorrow, so he is screwed. But he lives on the back of my chair while we do the podcast. But any other time, if I'm writing papers, if I'm streaming, if I'm just playing games,
God,
or
he's so trying to roll.
Oh my God, look at him! If I data enter like this, he's not here. This is all for show. The man
he knows the camera's on
when the camera is on, and he is playing to his audience.
Waiting
look
to
at
get
that.
discovered. He's gonna be a star.
Look at that cuddly little bastard. He's adorable. He is
stand between me and my dreams, babe.
Okay, so if I'm not laying down in bed, which is the room over, if I'm just like playing games or whatever, is he doing that?
Never. No. This is only during the podcast.
Camera.
So you keep saying when you're not laying down. Does that mean when you're laying down, the cat's in there with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
the cat
usually.
Is constantly massaging his crotch. You know the cat massage?
It's the peanut butter. We know how that works.
You know how they do that? Like the cat massage. The cat is constantly massaging his junk.
Yeah. And if he's massaging me and Shannon's around, I just look at her and go, ugh! Like it hurts so good.
Or if I'm at work, he records it and sends it
to her.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss y'all.
He looks so fucking happy right there. Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss that guy.
Hi.
He's so
lay
fucking
down in the
happy.
other room.
He's a good cat. He is the best cat.
Did you show him the picture I texted you?
No,
Oh God,
yeah,
he blew his load.
We got him fixed when he was like 9 months old. We can't show him that.
Oh, will he get turgid?
Yeah, so mad. Like,
he loves when Steve puts ice out of the ice maker.
I know we've talked about this on the podcast before. The cat has an obsession with the ice machine. It's a mess. So.
And then one time, we probably told the story. One time, Steve and I were dicking around getting him ice, and we had some ice.
The chair. You were clawing up the chair. Stop it.
We were like pushing ice out of the ice maker so it would fall on the ground. He could bat it around, and then he and I went downstairs to watch something. And we're hanging out, and we hear a big boom upstairs, and Shannon.
A big boom.
Shannon went walking across the kitchen, and all the ice melting fell.
There was water, and I fell.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Bears?
Anyway.
All right, so I want to talk about games real quick.
Yeah.
What?
Waited.
Brent, you have a Switch in your house, right?
Yeah.
It's
my son's.
It's a light Switch.
Have you played with? Do you mess with it at all, or is it just your?
I turn it off and on.
It looks cool.
Okay. Slurms.
Yes.
I was noticing, like, because the common thing is Nintendo sucks, the library sucks. It's only Nintendo stuff. So I was looking through the library the other day, or store, and like, has the Switch all of a sudden become like an awesome gaming system?
I don't know. I haven't really looked through the eShop.
Okay.
I barely touched mine.
Really?
I went through my Splatoon phase when it came out, and I need to get back on it. I still have barely touched Zelda.
Really?
Yeah. I like the thing. Like, it's weird because whenever I pick the console up and play it, I'm like, this thing's fucking dope. But then I don't want to play it. I would rather go sit at my computer.
Really? See, I don't know. It's maybe just my style right now.
No, I'm the same way. Part of it, I think, is environmental. Yeah. And a lot of people don't have a separate living room situation. Where, okay, I had family members who had a family room and a living room, and they're very different rooms. But I also have family members who didn't have a separate thing for that, a family room and a living room. My household being one of them.
Yeah, but I kind of feel
now, like where we are, like in our family, we don't have we have two areas for that, but it's not necessarily designated as one or the other. It's more of what console is in what area.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that's a normal thing.
Well, that's where I feel more like Switch is. I'm really into Switch lately because just I can take it out back. I can do whatever. any indie game that's coming out, I kind of think, oh, it's on Steam, but it's going to be on Switch in a month or two, so I'm just going to wait for it there.
Yeah, and I keep thinking about games that like I would like to have on the Switch, and then some of them are ones that are actually coming. Like, I barely have played. I have Stardew Valley on Steam.
Yeah, me too.
But I've barely touched it. But I know they're coming out with one on the Switch, and I'm like, I would rather play that on the Switch.
Totally. Yep, me too.
And like, if they ever have a fucking Animal Crossing come out on the Switch, awesome, dope. I'll play that. I'll play the shit out of that.
I'd play it on an iPhone if they came out with it.
Okay, now see explain to me like.
Are we gonna have that argument again?
No.
Okay.
But explain to me like in our family situation, Jason has control of that device. You know what I mean? And so
the Switch.
Yes,
it's almost a personal device. Like my son, like
so how am I? If my Animal Crossing is on the Switch, how does it help me when I'm at work? But you have access to Animal Crossing.
You would need a Switch. You're absolutely right.
And that's stupid. Like, they need to have something that crosses over so that I could be mobile and you could be mobile, because Animal Crossing is one of those games where it's family friendly.
Oh, you're right.
But what Jason's saying is they do have a solution. It's called a second Switch.
Yeah.
But you're laughing because you know you don't have it either.
Oh, I know.
No, I'm laughing because you're absolutely right, and it's
you're absolutely
it's
right.
not an easy solution, but I think what I'm specifically talking about is I really like the Switch, and anytime and given that it's my device,
too, but it's yours.
Right, totally. I'll get you a Switch.
I don't want another one. I want to wait for them to have family sharing.
I think I'm more pumped because how long, like, a Nintendo system hasn't been this enticing to me in maybe GameCube, because there's so much to play. And what I originally started the conversation with asking Slurms if he looked at the eShop is, when I was looking at the eShop today, there is so much cool stuff on that marketplace.
I actually saw a report today about how the Nintendo Switch is really, really, really great for indie game developers.
Totally. Yeah.
It has been just an amazing marketplace for that.
Any indie game that comes out, I'm like, I want it on Switch because I can play it anywhere. And again, that goes back to me owning that system. But there's a lot to do on that system.
I did download the demo for the game. I can't remember the name of the Square Enix game.
Yeah, the Octo, whatever.
The weird name game.
Yeah, the 2D, 3D game.
Yep, the RPG-esque.
What'd you think of it?
I've only I've done like 2 fights so far. I've barely got into it, but I love the style of it.
Yeah.
It seems real like up my alley. So we'll see. I will. Yeah. I want to play through the rest of the demo and see how I feel about it. But I can definitely see that being something I pick up.
Yeah, it looks cool. There's a lot of unique stuff on there.
You know what y'all haven't been playing lately? That would be PUBG. I miss y'all.
No, I actually thought about playing that the other day and then went, no, I'm going to play Guild Wars 2.
We need to squat up, kill some bitches.
Yeah.
They just added fog. Really foggy.
It is really foggy?
10% of the time you get a foggy map. Like it might be raining. Might be. They're about
is
to
it fun?
A new map.
With the fog?
It's scary.
Ooh.
It's foggy.
Spooky.
That'd be a freaky thing in that game.
Yeah. So yeah, let's play. Or let's play something.
Switch. No, I don't know.
I can't play anything.
Okay.
I'm
he
still
said he'll
gonna
get
play.
you a Switch.
I am still playing World of Warcraft. I don't care what anyone says.
Are you really in there?
No.
Oh.
But I want to be. But like
she's saying she's subbed and wants to play.
That's my goal. I have been subbed since we started, and
well, let's play.
I can't.
They just released the last X part of the X pack. You go to another planet.
I'm having a hard time with scheduling.
Another planet.
I know.
Anybody gonna watch the BlizzCon?
When is it?
I'm gonna watch that.
It'll be in November, I believe.
I always like BlizzCon.
I actually wanted to do that. Yeah.
They just started selling tickets to it, and you can buy the swag bag, but
swag bag.
Oh, I saw that. People were mad and happy about the collector options, but it's like, okay, if you don't want them, don't buy it. If you want them, buy it. It's not a big deal. I don't understand why people get. Why do you get mad about this stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what are they getting?
You don't want it, or they give you an option to not buy it.
So... Was it like a anger out of, hey, these people aren't actually going to the event, so
no, it's more like they're selling these pins and
that's what companies do. They try to make money.
Yeah.
The hell with them.
Fucking capitalism.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I went to the site BlizzCon and I don't really actually see maybe event info, like what the actual date is. This year is our 11th. Nope, November 3rd. Yeah.
Okay.
And Saturday, so 3rd and 4th.
I don't know if I'll be able to make one day. D&D stuff.
Yeah. No.
I like Blizzard products, but I don't know that enough to try to really tune in for that shit. I always pick up the news the next day or later that day.
The one thing I would be really interested in it would be the MMORPG in their product line. And last year it was, the news was highly deficient in that area, and so I would be watching for a lot of video games that I don't care about.
Well, this year they should definitely announce the next X-Pack. Is my
but I would like to say that it is amazing that you have one developer that can have a con at this level.
Yeah,
like that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
and
every time I watch anything Blizzard, it kind of draws me back into the whole universe they've created. And
yes,
like want to play all those games.
In. They're very good at that.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, like the last time I was getting into playing Heroes of the Storm, it was like, shit, this makes me want to play WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I played WoW and I was like, fuck, I don't like WoW.
That's what we should do. That weekend have
I'm wrong because I don't like it.
We'll play the games.
Yeah, the cancer. What? What are you saying?
I was saying that weekend we should all play some Blizzard games together.
You know I'm terrible at games.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we all know that.
Okay.
We're all terrible at games, Shannon.
All right.
I still haven't gotten a chicken dinner.
No.
For what?
In PUBG. If you get first place, you get a chicken dinner.
Do they really send you a chicken dinner?
No, it just says winner chicken dinner.
They should send you a chicken dinner.
They should.
They should.
They should
have Guy Fieri come up and tell you that and give you a chicken dinner.
Well, I don't know. Like,
maybe a chicken.
There's a lot of local establishments in little towns that could benefit from Blizzard or PUBG people, I guess. Who does PUBG?
PUBG. I don't
know. Guy.
They could
Bloodline or something. I don't know their name.
PUBG Incorporated could spring for some local chicken dinners.
Or if you are a local place that's trying to bring in the younger crowd, you can say, "Hey, bring us in a screenshot of your winner."
Oh, that's a genius idea.
So, but speaking of,
please don't Photoshop.
Of their PUBG, they had like a tournament thing like a few weeks ago. Did you hear how the final winner won?
No.
With chicken dinner?
No, they didn't, because they did like an overtime in the tournament point wise, and so you got more points by like staying alive. So all he did was basically swim or fly back to the original island and just stay there where no one goes, right? So he just sat there until the blue kills him. But overall, he got enough points to win overall because he wasn't dying immediately or really fast and
weird.
Stay there. So
that's pretty smart.
They're changing that, but
it's pretty smart.
Pissed a lot of people off watching a tournament and see that dude win.
He's playing the rules.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. They messed up the rules.
Yeah.
Isn't that what min-maxing is all about?
Kinda.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't do that, but
I don't either.
You can't be mad at people who do because it's part of the rules. They're not cheating.
I'm not mad at him.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I love him.
Do you have a little anger boner at him, Steve?
Anger boner.
Anger boner.
Nope.
My penis is turgid. I call it a something boner. I don't know. I'm lost now.
It's an anger boner. Anyway.
New hit single.
What's the new news? This is a bad podcast. What's the new news?
No, we've been talking an hour. We're almost there.
I know. I've been drowning in fantasy football news and work.
I got nothing.
And I mean, no one wants to hear about fantasy football stuff, right? So
nope.
So Camelot though, Camelot Unchained, they're coming along.
Are they? I've missed out on everything.
Are they?
Well, they did some test, and this is like public info, so I'm not giving away anything that whatever they stream this stuff. But they did a test with like thousands of bots and players, all in one like area with full frame rates and everything, even with the debug code stuff going on. So that's a really good step. So they were that was one of the things they had to check off to like open up the beta to get people in there. So
I need beta. I could run around an island. I'm not really sure my access is. I can run around some weird little island and stuff, and I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know where like my test privileges lie. That's frustrating. Like, I think that's
kickstarting MMOs.
I don't think that's their fault. Like, because I haven't looked. I don't know where to look into it at. Like, I don't know where to go and figure out like what I have access to, what I'm supposed to have access to, and when. Like, it just seems like I don't really understand how that works. And so when it comes to Kickstarter programs, like, it's like, I just rather not, because I don't know when it all happens.
Right.
Like, I kind of feel like more like, okay, if I want to give you $20, here's $20. Let me know when I can play. Because I don't get it at this point. Like, because there's, like, certain alpha and beta weirdnesses, and I'm not saying with them specifically, but other Kickstarter MMORPG products too. Like, I'm just like, I don't really know when I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's a problem. I didn't kickstart Camelot Unchained, but I kickstarted Crowfall, and I get updates all the time. And like every time I try to look like, am I eligible for this? It seems like no, but I could be wrong. It's so vague.
It has like this weird like beta 14 can get in. And like, what am I? Like, I don't know.
Well,
there's kind of like an easy way to see.
And then with this kind of staggered like entry into the game, like I think it almost fucks up the game. I mean, like Star Citizen, like I had super high hopes for that, but it just was like such a long stagger of whatever, and I got in at like one point, but without everybody jumping on a game at one time, it loses a lot.
I will agree with that. I think a lot of early access stuff like this is losing a lot of their early gaming momentum, because it used to be like, oh mother effer, this is launching, let's go, and we all jump in with our friends for like the first 3 weeks, and of course 50, if not more, % of them flail off within the first week or two. But then you have that like tight-knit group that sticks around with it for like 6 months. You know, like it's small, but it's fun and it's a good time. But like this, it's like, I don't know when people are in. I don't know who bought what.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about that game 4 years ago.
I know they're getting a lot of financial investment up front that they need to develop the game, but for me, it's like, but I don't know when I'm supposed to be playing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want that game.
I killed everything. I'm sorry.
No. All good play. I agree.
Killed the conversation.
I just want that game to come out and see if it's any good.
Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, I just want the game to come out, like Crowfall and Camelot Unchained. I just want them to both come out so that I can see if they're good.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like this dicking around with beta shit. Ain't got time for that shit.
What are you playing until then? Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2.
Oh, in case anyone didn't know, we have the creator, writer, editor-in-chief, and janitor of theorder.com.
Yep.
If you're a Guild Wars 2 fan, you know what that is. What is that, Steve?
It's a fake newspaper.
Written by the perspective of...
Fake news!
Reporter from inside the world of Guild Wars 2.
Yep. I posted one today. Wasn't very good. I'm not very happy with it.
I know you say they're not very good, but even when they're not really good, you get a ton of happiness.
Yeah.
From your fans.
Sure.
So, yeah, check out.
I'm glad people like it. They really like the toilet paper ad.
Or that was pretty sweet. Check out theorder.com.
It's just orator.com.
Yeah, but it's ORR.
RR.
ORR.
Is that a pirate thing?
No.
No, it's because it's because the or is in Guild Wars 2, and it's 2 R's, right?
Yep.
I know stuff.
I was there today playing in the game, doing.
That's a desolate area, and I hate it.
Well, the story, the last chapter opened up another part of Or that you go to, and it's actually like I think really well done. And there's a huge jumping puzzle. It took me like a half hour to get to the top.
No,
it was fun though. It's a jumping puzzle so big they have 2 checkpoints on it, where a button pops up that if you fall, you can hit the button and get back to your checkpoint.
You know what? Part of me is intrigued, and part of me is like, "Fuck you," you know, which I think you can understand both sides of that, right?
It's a pretty fucking sweet jumping puzzle.
But you can understand both points where I'm like, yeah, and like wanting to flip you off.
See, I feel like when you fall off, you'll be yelling this.
You look like a lump of dog just got hit by a car.
That is exactly what I said.
Yes, every single time, probably.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did you fall off before you made it?
I never fell too far down when I did fall. I mean, I missed some jumps, but it was in such a way, and with the glider, you can kind of save your ass in some.
Look at this fancy bitch. Go ahead.
But probably 4 or 5 times that I had to redo jumps.
Was that better than the Halloween jump tower puzzle?
Oh, I don't have any problem with that.
I hate you so much. I'm gonna punch you in your face.
I do that repeatedly for the rewards.
Punch you in your whole face.
That one's easier to me than the Winner's Day one.
I'm gonna kill you in your sleep.
But then the Winner's Day one I do repeatedly as well.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you next time you sleep here.
Easy money when those events happen.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Jump.
Yeah.
I like them jumps.
I like jumping in, but I hate you.
So you want to go do some Black Desert Online then after the show?
Nope.
Some,
that game's doing
PUBG?
well,
Do
apparently. The what?
PUBG?
No. Yeah. I had chemo this week. I'm tired of shit.
Well, you need to say, chemo, fuck you. I'm going to go play some PUBG.
Yeah.
I need the chemo.
Say that.
No, you still do that, but just say, fuck you.
Tell that to your doctors.
Or to the other people in the same room. They enjoy that interaction.
Oh, I don't know if I ever told you. The place I get chemo, I've done this a couple times.
Hey, Go Kart Brothers cards.
Huh? Yeah, I do. All these old people there. I'm always the youngest person there by far. But anyways, there's like seats all along this, like in a big U-shaped room. There's a bunch of seats where you get hooked up for your chemo, and every one of them has a TV hooked to it, so you can watch TV while you're getting poisoned. But what's fun is that since they're all the same TV and they all have the same remotes, you can kind of point your remote down the aisle and turn on like 5 TVs at once.
Oh, you're gonna screw with 80-year-old people getting chemo.
Do they call you like Benjamin Buttons or anything when you come in?
No.
Special place for you in hell, buddy.
Benjamin Buttons.
It was nice. I was watching old reruns of Gunsmoke the other day while I was getting my
Gunsmoke's pretty good.
It is.
Right? Yeah.
It made me appreciate
Young
like
Clint
some
Eastwood.
of the... Huh? No.
Clint Eastwood was in like when he was like 13 or 14.
He was in one episode of
it. But
like
it's amazing like how long his anyway, go ahead. His was.
What was amazing to me is that like watching those old there was some of the acting is very like soap opera-esque, but at the same time there was like they did a really good job with like building up tension in certain scenes in that show. Yeah.
How so?
Like there was one where this guy was in like these two were hiding out in a barn or in the barn and kind of like locked themselves into a tool cabinet or whatever, and they were trying to hide from this guy that was coming. He was only looking for the woman because he wanted to rape her basically. And like her I don't know if it's husband or just
but it's in the 50s, so she owed it to him.
It's okay. It's
okay. Deserved it back then.
Yeah.
I mean, it was taped in the 50s? Or
I don't know. Go ahead.
It's Gunsmoke. It's like Western.
None of it matters.
I guess not. but just like how like the guy would like come over to the door and like he was talking about how he could smell her and stuff, and yeah, like he could smell the soap she used. So he kept on like smelling around the barn and talking like she was there, and like yeah, it was kind of freaky.
Weird.
Yeah. But
is there full penetration at the end, or
no? Shit. Well, the bullet.
Okay, that's good.
So you're really into this then?
No, it was a good episode.
All right.
Did y'all see anybody watch It? Go see it yet?
No. Okay, that's okay. Have you?
No.
Oh, because have any of you guys seen the original like 80s version of the the series?
I saw a clip and I was like, "Well, that's a fucking movie." Like it looks like a joke.
I saw the 1980s like series version.
I think it was the 90s, but yeah.
And whatever. I don't. It was the long.
Was porn in it? That will tell you.
It was the 90s when I saw it. And it was the 90s when I saw it, but it was old when I saw it. So.
Sure.
That's where the clown crawls up out of the shower.
It's like the Tim Curry clown.
Okay, so
yeah, it's like fucking not creepy.
No,
it's like,
but no, it is. Has anyone seen any of it?
Yeah,
just that one clip. I'm telling you.
Oh no,
I haven't watched any of it.
Series or movie?
Yes, the series, not the movie.
Okay, so it's scary, right?
It's fucking scary.
Yeah, it's really scary.
That's why I've only ever watched it once.
It's really scary. I watched it once in high school at a sleepover, and we slept with the lights on in the living room floor together on the floor touching because
God.
It was super, super scary because they go through the lives of the children, and then after they grow up, they come back to the town and have to come revisit all of this horror, and it happens. The horror revisits them because
but it probably works out well for them, right?
And I just can't imagine how they get that into a movie because
I don't think they do that.
The depth of it.
I haven't seen any of that, but I kind of know there's a age gap, and from what I've heard, like it's the first It movie only deals with the young stuff.
Yes, right. I was about to say I think they're actually splitting it from the two.
Okay.
But that movie, like, it made so much fucking money. They're making the second one.
It would have to have you have to have the whole story in. I don't know how they get it into one movie.
Right.
I think they only did the kid part.
But
I could be wrong. I haven't seen it, but that's what I've gathered from.
I hate scary movies, but I would kind of like to revisit that series again.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing, like, I do really like. I'm not a big Stephen King fan in terms because I don't like scary movies or scary books.
Mm-hmm.
But I read
Maximum Overdrive. That was probably everybody's.
That was super scary.
Classic.
No, I don't like that. But I did read Gerald's Game, and then I read I think it was Trials of Atlantis, which Trials of Atlantis was a weird book in that it rubbed up against the Dark Tower universe, in that some of it bled over into that world, and like I didn't really understand what was happening in that whole novel until like someone explained it to me. But it's like kind of interesting in what Stephen King did in terms of writing, where he like would bleed all these like universes and dimensions together.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's like really understood unless you read like a lot of him, and I don't. Yeah, but there's a lot of happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking about a butt, and you're all just saying, "Okay."
He's in the Dark Tower.
Sorry, Dark Tower.
Like he's in it, like himself.
Yeah,
he writes himself into that series.
I hear that's a great series. And I didn't read any of that. It's a whole dimensional thing, but
I'm a Richard Bachman fan.
Trials of Atlantis kind of like blends into that.
Well, we're back to Overdrive.
Overdrive is no. We do not talk about that because that was scary. That scared me so hard.
Did it
I
really?
like that. Yes.
Like the Gremlin truck thing.
I don't like to talk about it.
Green Goblin.
No, that was scary.
We don't talk about it.
No.
Scarier than Jazz Singer?
No.
Scarier than Blair Witch?
Blair Witch didn't scare me. That was dumb.
Never saw it because I thought it looked really stupid.
Okay, but okay, Blair Witch. When I went to see it, it was still thought to be real.
Ah.
They were still like leaking
time. Yeah.
They were like, I was old. I am old, and so at the time, like they were still leaking these fake like news channel websites and stuff where it was
the
like
whole documentary,
real...
right?
Oh yeah, the documentary series and these fake news channels of the local area were getting a hold of this footage, and it was a genius move at the time because people didn't know much. People didn't really know how to like take the internet at the time, and so. Right. Oh my God! No, this is the legit newscast from that area.
Original fake like, news.
None of that was like, and like, I think it was like Jason. What was it? Jason and I were working together at the time, and I think it was like just a few minutes before you were leaving for the day, and I finally had researched it out to where it was fake, and I go, "Hey, it's fake."
Yeah.
And I told you about it, and you were taking your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she started crying during the movie.
Because during the movie, like, a lot of people thought it was real because of all the propaganda that happened at the time.
I remember telling her, like, this is not real. And she's like, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get off your fucking GameCube. We gotta go watch Blair Witch.
So innocent back then.
It was pretty smart how they did everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it worked at that moment in time. It wouldn't work now, but it was crazy successful back then.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I gotta go to bed.
So how do we end this?
Yeah, this seems awkward. Brent.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, well. Who wants to live forever?
He's got to keep living.
Demos. Run by.
L-I-V-I-N.
Hoo-ah!
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.